Hey guys, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you really like it, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much for those subscriptions. Anyways, wanted to give you my thoughts. Apparently, Michigan has found their next defensive coordinator. Obviously, there was some speculation what might happen. It had been a little while, and obviously the whole Jim Harbaugh saga made this go longer and longer. But it sounds like Michigan is getting Vanderbilt's Jesse Minter to be their new defensive coordinator. Now, this might not seem like that big name hire, don't get me wrong. I mean, I wish Michigan would have perhaps gotten like Larry Foote from Tampa Bay, NFL guy back. But it sounds like he and another option, Chris Partridge, decided to decline interviews. So, next man up. And from what I was reading, at least online, that Jesse Minter here was really option 2 besides Larry Foote. So, it is what it is. Obviously, he's not a big name guy, but what he really possesses is the connection to the Baltimore Ravens defense. And obviously, if you knew, Mike MacDonald was also from the Baltimore Ravens defense. So they both ran, or had a hand, in running both of them, at the Baltimore's defense when Baltimore was really good at defense. So he has NFL background. He also did some FCS stuff for a couple years. I think Georgia State he did relatively well, Indiana State. But the big key here is that he did this at Baltimore. Not to minimize what he did in college, because the Georgia State actually became, I think, a top 50 defense with him there. So he obviously knows to recruit a little bit. He obviously was only at Vanderbilt for 1 year, and he did recruit a couple 4-star secondary players. He coached safeties in secondary at Vanderbilt as well as being the defensive coordinator. So again, though, the biggest key here is that he should be, and I'm guessing that's why Jim Harbaugh brought him in, should be running the same defense as Mike MacDonald did, which would be great because that's the scheme the players have been learning for a year, and hopefully that's the scheme that will progress, and that's the scheme that limited powerful juggernaut Ohio State for whatever it's worth. Obviously, you're still going to have lots of holes to fill in. So I'm not expecting the defense to just be a fine, polished machine right out of the gate. It was going to be that way even if you had Mike MacDonald back, because you're losing 2, possibly 3 first-round picks if Dax Hill goes in the first round. Obviously, with Ojabo and Hutchinson. And then I think overall, Michigan's losing 7 starters from the defense. So there's still going to be a lot of, questions moving into the season, how the defense is actually going to look. And it's not going to be that obvious right away because, again, Michigan's going to be playing, I think, 3 very winnable games. I think each game, Connecticut, Hawaii, and maybe it's Colorado State, might have that one wrong, are going to be playing new first-year head coaches. So, Michigan should win those games, but you really won't get your first test till you play Maryland and Tagovailoa. I always say his name wrong, but Tua's brother. Anyways, so not the big name that, Michigan, a lot of Michigan fans were probably really hoping for, but what this does provide is continuity. So that's a really good thing. Again, he has experience in the secondary, so that should be really helpful, and go from there. What that does allow, though, is speculation again, but letting Bellamy go from secondaries coach to offense to fill in there and become the wide receiver coach. Perhaps. We'll see how it all shuffles out. Again, another thing I really like here, though, is that Jesse Minter is only 38 years old. So you have, again, a young coach who hopefully can build up good rapport with players and hold on to them and get them to come to Michigan. Another thing not to be discounted is that this was 1 year at Vanderbilt, which again has tough academic standards, just like Michigan will. So he's at least familiar with battling, trying to get players to somehow fit into the academic standards of Vanderbilt, which will be akin to Michigan. So Jesse Minter, hopefully coming to Michigan. I think that's a solid pick. Is it like, a home run hire? At least as of now, no. But I think it's a solid pick. So we'll see how it plays out. Obviously, hopefully the defense does adequately, and on the other side, hopefully he doesn't go back to the NFL after 1 year or something. But if he does, that means the defense probably did really well. Okay. Also, other tidbits coming out now is that Michigan is going to be filling the offensive coordinator internally. There was some speculation about this, and that seems to be being much more suggested and brought out, so that sorry, my kids are screaming for you. Sorry. Okay, get my thought back. Matt Weiss is going to be the new co-OC with Sharon Moore, who was already the co-OC. So you're going to have Matt Weiss, quarterback's coach. Will he stay there? Don't know. And he's going to become the co-coordinator with Sharon Moore. Also, Grant Newsome is moving to on-field position. He's going to be the tight end coach. And Jay Gruden apparently is switching from special teams, where he did an excellent job. They had the best special teams unit in the country. And he's switching from special teams to defensive line. At least that's what I read. I would figure it would have been Easton, but again, this is speculation. I don't know this for sure. But I would think Easton just came from Notre Dame, and he's like the D-line coach there, so maybe I have that wrong. So, sorry if I have that a little bit wrong, because I think you would have Easton as your defensive line coach. So, we'll see how that goes. But at least the one thing for sure is, as many people predicted, that Matt Weiss was going to become co-OC with Sharon Moore. I also expect some other stuff to be finalized soon. And we're all waiting, Michigan fans. When is Jim Harbaugh going to sign, per se, a new contract? I'm not saying it has to be a new contract where, like, boom, he needs this. But it would be nice to have some security with, like, a $10 million buyout that gradually goes down every year so he doesn't flirt with the NFL again, because that was annoying. Just, honestly, it was annoying. We don't need that again. So, Jesse Minter from Vanderbilt to Michigan. Again, the key is that he has the Baltimore connection. He knows that defense. He should keep running that. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know your thoughts. Put them in the comments below. I'll try to respond as I'm able to. And again, thanks guys for watching. Really appreciate that. And until I see you guys next time, as always, go blue.